Hello everybody, I just wanted to come on here real fast and make a quick video covering how to build a basic sensitivity analysis that some of y'all may find useful in your stock pitch for kind of some stress testing. So at first, I'm just going to highlight a few cells. Y'all see why I do this in a minute. So I'm just going to build out a little L pattern like this. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Do one more down so it can be even. Alright, there we go. Grab these. Perfect. Alright, so now what we're going to do, let me merge and center up here. And this is me just doing a little bit of formatting. So at the top, I'm going to choose two different components of the discounted cash flow that I want to do for my sensitivity table. So for one, I'm going to do WACC. So I'm going to put WACC up there. And then over here on this side, I'm going to do, let's do, let me center this perpetual growth rate. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna click wrap text. Gonna bold that. I'm also gonna put this one in the center just for the matches. And then boom. So we have WACC and perpetual growth rate. This is just for ease of looking at. So what I'm gonna do in this top left cell right here, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this one. Let me put this as a darker blue, and this is gonna be our current what our DCF is spitting out. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to find our equity value to share that my DCF is calculating, and then that's how we're going to get our figure right there for delta. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the middle of each of these sections. So right here's the perpetual growth rate. So right now our perpetual growth rate is 2.1%. So I'm going to change all of these columns to a percentage real fast. Find the middle and put 2.1%. Let me put all of this to 2 decimals. So what I'm going to kind of do is build a range. I want to have kind of a base case and then a bull case for this scenario. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly increase and decrease this perpetual growth rate by, let's say, 15 basis points for the scenario. So it'll go down to 195, 180, 165, 155. Let's do 2.25, 240, 255, 270. By the way, I'm not saying that these are the exact two technicals that you're going to want to use in your sensitivity table. This is just me doing a guide on how to build it. Do research on which two are going to have the biggest effect and maybe most applicable to your company, and that's kind of how a good way to come up with your sensitivity table. Also, feel free to use more than two metrics in this or build multiple tables. It does not hurt. So then we're going to come over and do the exact same thing for our WACC. So our WACC is currently at 7. Put this to percentage as well. Our WACC is at 7.43%. So let me just highlight this. And then what I'm going to do for the WACC, I'm going to do 50 basis points on this scenario. So we're going to start right here, coming all the way down. And this is just for me to build a range. Scroll up. So what I've basically done here is in this middle scenario, so I'm also going to highlight this in a darker blue to kind of show that where we're currently at. This is what our DCF is currently spitting out for equity value to share. And then what we have here is kind of a range of weighted average cost of capitals. In this scenario, we have one where it's decreasing 50 basis points and increasing, then a range of 4 intervals, and the perpetual growth rate is 15 basis points. And so what we're going to do is basically fill out this table to show a heat map almost. So I'm going to grab highlight right here, and what we're going to do is highlight all the way across the whole table like this. We're then going to click on data up top, click what if analysis, go to data table, and then row input cell. So row is talking about our top right here, our row. And this is our weighted average cost of capital. So I can go over to discount rate, which is our weighted average cost of capital, and do this. Basically, what this what if analysis is going to do is, let's say it's going to test out 6.43% weighted average cost of capital. It knows to put it here. And that's where we're going to see our DCF change. Column input cell, this is going to be the same thing, perpetual growth rate. We're going to find where in our discounted cash flow that is being changed. Click OK, and it's going to automatically fill it out for you, just like this. Just for ease of looking at, we're going to put it to a few decimals like that. For kind of a heat map, I'm going to go to conditional formatting, color scales, and I can kind of throw this on. And so what we've just made is a basic sensitivity analysis that kind of shows a full-on bull scenario. And this scenario where our perpetual growth rate is very high and our cost of capital is very low. And over here is a base scenario where the growth rate is low, but the cost of capital is very high. And then how that's going to affect our intrinsic value. Ultimately, in your analysis, choose a few different metrics that to base this off of. WACC is always a good one, but things like EBIT margin, revenue growth, um, cost of goods sold percentage, you can really get creative with this, or even build multiple tables outside of just one. But I hope that this video was helpful in kind of building a sensitivity table and that you'll be able to use it in this competition.